need my inhaler! Airport policy, no exceptions. I'm calling my dad, he'll handle this.
What's going on? I'm on my way.
The terminal was packed, announcements echoing off the high ceilings when a young girl clutched a small inhaler in her hand. Her chest rose and fell in quick, shallow breaths. She looked up at the flight attendant standing in front of her and whispered, "Please, I need that." The attendant barely glanced at the inhaler. "That's not medicine," she snapped, her voice loud enough to draw attention. Before anyone could react, but she flicked her wrist and tossed the small device into a nearby trash bin. The girl's eyes widened in shock. "Please, I can't breathe without it." Her voice trembled as she reached toward the bin, but a security officer stepped in, holding her back. Travelers nearby began to murmur, some pulling out their phones. One woman in a bright purple suit whispered, "Did she really just throw away her inhaler?" The girl's hands shook as she reached into her pocket and pulled out her phone. Her fingers moved quickly across the screen. She pressed it to her ear, trying to steady her breathing. "Dad, they took my medicine," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. There was a pause. Then her father's voice came through, calm but firm. "Stay right where you are. Don't move." Within minutes, the atmosphere in the terminal began to shift. The same security officers who had been holding the girl back started receiving calls through their earpieces. The flight attendant's confident posture faded as a senior airport manager rushed toward the scene. "What happened here?" the manager asked sharply. Several passengers spoke at once. She threw away the girl's inhaler. "The kid couldn't breathe. We saw everything." The manager's expression hardened. He turned to the flight attendant. "Is this true?" The attendant hesitated. "I thought it was just a personal item. It didn't look like approved medication." Before she could say another word, two black SUVs pulled up outside the terminal windows. A group of officials stepped out, moving with purpose. One of them walked straight toward the girl. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. She nodded, though her breathing was still shaky. "My inhaler." The official looked at the manager. "Find it, now." Security rushed to the trash bin, digging through it carefully. Seconds later, one of them held up the inhaler. The official handed it back to the girl, who took a deep, steady breath. Relief washed over her face. The manager turned back to the flight attendant. "You're coming with me. Immediately." Passengers nearby began whispering again, but this time the tone was different. Some nodded in approval. Others shook their heads in disbelief. The girl's phone buzzed. A text from her father read, "Everything's under control. I'm proud of you." She smiled faintly, gripping the inhaler in her hand. Around her, the once chaotic terminal seemed to slow down, as if the entire airport had paused to witness the moment. What started as a small act of dismissal had turned into a powerful reminder that every action has consequences, and sometimes one phone call can change everything.